Okay, ladies, so I am leaving for vacation tomorrow, and since I'll be on the road for a Monday motivation, I thought I would go ahead and post it today. I've had several people ask about really setting up online events and setting up catalog parties or even setting up events for parties. So that's what our Monday motivation is going to be today. And so you set up a party event and an online catalog event the exact same way, and I'm just going to walk you through it. So you're going to log into your My31 account, and this is what your back office looks like, right? And then you want to click on My Events. So you have three options: a non-party event, which you'll really never use, a party event, or a party event with a hostess portal. I always use the party event with a hostess portal. The only difference between this one and this one is that the party event with a hostess portal, if you click the check mark, will actually send an email to your hostess and allow her to put in email addresses for invites. So let me just show you. See, these are all the ones that I have set up for June and some of July so far. Okay, so it has type here. So like I said, you always want to pick your party event with hostess portal, the date of the party, which I'm just going to do a fake one. So today is June 22nd, and then just an estimated date of when it's going to close. That really doesn't hold true. You can always adjust that if you needed to, but let's just say I'm going to hold it open for a couple more days. Okay, is this closed? No, you don't want to check that because you want when people come to your website for them to be able to click on your parties and see their name. So if you click this, they wouldn't see it anymore and they wouldn't be able to shop. The start time is whatever time you want it to be. Do you want this to be shown on your site? Absolutely. And then the description. And this is where I always put in the hostess's name. And so I'm just going to put in 31 Courtney Daniel 31 party. Okay, event details, you can fill this out or you don't have to. It doesn't really show unless they click on the details of the party. So if you wanted somebody to come or and bring something, like if you were having a theme party, you could type stuff in here. You definitely don't have to. So for right now, I'm just going to leave it blank. But of course, if you were having like an ugly purse party, you would say, bring your favorite ugly purse. We're going to donate them to whatever, blah, blah, blah. And then you're going to put the address of where the party is. So I'll just put my address in here. Now, if you were having it at a restaurant or something, you would want to put the address there. Okay, select the correct zip code. Allow shopping, obviously. I want it to be on my shopping, and then shipping method you never really touch. So this is the host information now. Do you want to email responses to the host? So when you do send invitations that I'm going to show you how to do you want to send those to your host? So I say yes. Send login information to your host. So if you want your host to be able to enter those email addresses, which I think is actually easier than her having to copy and paste them and then email you with them and then you turn around and do it. It's just whatever you think your hostess would be okay with. So, but if you don't want the information you wouldn't check these, okay? Display host address. If you didn't want the address, like if it was just a catalog party, for instance, and your hostess didn't want her address posted in the details, you would just uncheck that, okay? But for all purposes, I'm going to go ahead and do this. You need to put your hostess's email address in, because remember, I've selected for the login information to be sent to her. You have to set up a password, and I always just set it up with her first name, unless I have another hostess with the same first name, because it won't allow you to do that at the moment. But whenever the email for the login information to host is sent, it will send the password with it, and then you can just fill out her information. You can also do autofill if she has been a past customer or hostess of yours. You can look her up and it'll fill it in for you. But if the address is the same for where the event's going to be as to where it's going to be shipped, you're going to go ahead and just click that and see it autofills for you. And then you have to fill in a phone number. Now remember, all this information is getting stored in your contacts, so it's really good to have. And then save and continue. And for some reason, it always alerts me that I need to reselect something. It's just a flaw somewhere. Oh. Okay, so then it brings you to this. So if I went to this to my events, I would see that the event I just set up right here is in there. Now, this is where I just was. So if I wanted to go ahead and start entering email addresses, I could do it there for her. But let me show you how to do an invitation. Well, hold on, let me back up. So if you go to event details, so let's say you were just doing an online party that she did not want email addresses mailed, invites mailed out. So all you did was you set her up on that online event. Now, this is what I like to do. So you say event home. So if you shared this link, it would just bring you to this page. Okay, it's just your event home. However, what a better way to make sure that people are actually getting to the correct party is if you share this link. So if you were to copy and paste this link, with your hostess, she could share it with all of her friends via email or whatever. And if they clicked on that link, it brings them directly to that party event, Courtney Daniels 31 party. See how fabulous that is? Okay, now let's set up some invitations. So you go to invitations right here, and you can put a subject line. Now, I think the subject line is very, very important because people decide whether they're going to open an invite or not based off that subject line. So you want to have something catchy, such as like, join Courtney for a fun girls night. I don't type fast out. Okay? Or you could say summer fun in 31 or something like that. Not that I'm trying to like pull some fast one on them or anything, but I just find if you have like come to my 31 party or something, people are sometimes not going to open that invitation. So whatever subject line you want to do, okay? And then the details are what's going to be printed on that invitation. So Courtney is hosting a fun girls night out. Please, I hope you will join me. Just something, whatever, okay? It doesn't, whatever you want it to show. And then now home office has already set these up. Now, if you keep going in these, they're all like screenshots from the catalog. But if you keep going, they usually always have a special, and that's the one I choose. Like for instance, here's they had the one for July next month, so I'll choose that one and save and continue to guest list. And so this is where you could continue to put your guest in. It's going to show you that you have nobody, but I'll just show you. For instance, if I put my name in as a guest, add guest, it brings you to the, if she's been a customer with you before, it'll show that. Now, let's say you've entered all of your guests, and now you're ready. You can preview the invitation. It's not going to have all the information in it that you just it doesn't have. It does. Courtney's hosting a fun girls' night out. So it just shows you exactly what it's going to look like. It has the information here, and I always preview before I send because I tend to have typos, or sometimes I put the wrong date, yada, yada, yada. So you can just preview it before you send it. And then sorry, I did it backwards. But I'm getting to the point where it's going to tell you that you can send the invitation. Why is it? Maybe it's because I haven't selected enough people. But, oh, please supply a subject message. Okay. So you just see where you're getting to the point where it's time to send emails out. And so once you get everything listed, it actually has at the bottom, send invitations now. And I know I just played around, sorry. But if you go to guest list, send invitation now, and it's going to list all your guests right here. So if you just click send invitations now, it lists who it's going to be and send invitations. Okay, so you've just sent the email to all of your party guests. So that's great. So like I said before, the exact same process is set up to do an online party or a home party. And like Hope Edge and April Watkins and Stephanie McKinley are all catalog parties for me this month, but you really can't tell. if they're catalog parties or not. So I think this is hopefully was a good learning experience for you. I would always set up your events in your back office because that's the only way that people who aren't coming to the party are going to be able to um, order online and it go to that party. So if you have any questions, please let me know. I hope this helped, and y'all have a great weekend.